In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up scenes for an attraction. So first, let's jump back up to the project's home page. We'll click on the project we want, go to attractions, and this time we're going to pick out an attraction where I don't have any scenes set up. So no scenes yet. We'll add a new scene. And instead of using the data entry page like we did for the other ones, and this time I'm going to set them up in mass. So let's go to the scene area full list. We've only got one record, the first one that's created when we hit that button. And I'm going to use a shortcut here, but the record up in records, new record is on a Mac, it's Command N, on a PC it's Control N. So I'm going to use shortcuts, but I'll make sure you know how to do that. So let's do a bunch here, maybe a couple more. Let's say this is our Q. Pre-show, and then we want a bunch of scenes, and then we have a EER and a mechanical room. By the way, this also has spell check, which is good. I'm trying to talk and type at the same time. I don't do very well. It's hard enough for me to do either one alone. So I'm going to show you a couple shortcuts here. So first we want to get rid of these two, and then I'll show you how to do another shortcut. So I'm going to use, under records, we've got omit record, which is Command T or Control T. And that just takes it off this active list. It's still there, it's just not being viewed. So I use a shortcut, and now for the bottom two, anything, if I got 100 records down here and I want to omit all the ones down there, first I have to sort them so the ones I want to omit are all in a row. And then I can use omit multiple. And say I don't know how many records, I just want to get rid of everything that's down below. I'll just put 200. And it'll come back and says, well, there's only 2 that you can omit. It's like, okay, so omit those 2. Now I'm going to go change this. I'm going to click in the cell, and I'm going to go to replace field contents or command equals. That brings up another window, and I'm going to hit replace with serial numbers, and then I'm going to say scene 1, increment by 1, and replace. That gives me my 6 scenes. Say I want to go do the same thing with this. I'm using the shortcut this time, but I'll make the scenes 0, 1. Okay, now I want to bring back the ones that I omitted, so I'll go to find all. In this case, it doesn't make any difference if I use these 2 buttons because it's all the same. I don't have any archived records yet. So now let's say these are based on architectural room numbers, and this is 102. I'll say this is 207. And since I want to keep the scene numbers for the scenes, I'll make the pre-show point. Let's go 0.1 and 0.2. And I've just set up all the scenes. Now you can set the rest of this up in mass. Typically you start getting into more details and do one record at a time from this point on. But if you're working on, say, just overviews, you can pull it over here and make this larger if you want. Now let's switch over to a show that's got more test records in it so I can show you how that's set up. We'll go to the full list. So here you can see this has got more information in it, but you get an idea of how you can edit multiple things at one time or set up multiple things at one time. So now let's go into a test record. And as you can see, you can put pictures in here. This is a scan that's 4 megabytes. You got your overview, and it's the same. And this data entry page, If you've got enough room, if you've only typed in a little bit, you can type right in the window. If it gets bigger than that, it'll pull it up into a pad. And here I've got my elements listed, so if I want to go to that element list, I can do it from here. Working notes, the same thing you have in project level and attraction level and element level. These are all notes that don't print into any reports. Drawings and sketches, these are drawings and sketches, not the ones you put in here, and you don't necessarily have to use these. To use drawings and sketches, you have to have them listed down here in your drawing list. Let's go back up to scenes and areas. I think that was here. Yes. So go back into the edit side. We'll hit drawings and sketches and it pulls up all your drawings. So now you say, okay, this scene is related to these drawings. So we'll add these drawings, and now it makes a list of all the drawings that are related to this scene. And that's basically all you need to know for setting up an area or a scene. Thank you.